gathered here again, in the middle where it all began, stuck up to our knees in filth, growing, looking for love still. And art, yes, art is the thing I love the most. The mud is thick, it's really good. It's making me think I ever could be something of anything, or anywhere they let me sing. For art is the thing I love the most. I love burning it outside and watching artists cry. I like cutting off their feet so they can never fly again. That got kind of dark. That got pretty dark. I'm sorry about that. Everyone's gonna die someday. That's okay, hip hip hooray. oh, earthquakes. Hello, friends. My name is Grubb. Oops. My name is Grubb. What's yours? Tell me, do you like to draw? Do you like to draw as much as I do? Because I don't know if you do or not. Hey, everybody, right now, like it, so my stuff will go further. While there's 13 people watching, all 13 of you like the video before you leave after 2 seconds. Give the dog a bone. I'm the dog, you're the bone. Wait, what? That doesn't... It's Friday. It's Friday, let's just be ourselves. Let's just be our little bad to the bone selves, how about that? Hello, Savage. Hey, I got one more like there, that's pretty cool. Look at that, my plan worked to take over the world. Looks like we're almost out of bubble gum. How are you, Savage? I hope you're doing well. I, on the other hand, am quite deep, like a well. An O-shaped well, or what they call down in the hood, they just call them O-wells. They call them O-well. But it certainly beats the D-well. The D-well is horrible, and it gives you quite the scabs on the back of your knees, if you know what I mean. My voice is really deep right now. I don't know why. Maybe because it's early in the morning. By the end of the night, it gets really, really high. It gets really high. But it depends on what I just smoked, I imagine. Mostly it's exhaust fumes from the lawnmower. Nobody knows what that does to me. I've got a scatterbrain already. And it gives me the tasty wasties. I'm going to leave it alone. Just as long as I possibly can. Just to try to impress y'all. Okay? Today I'm actually drawing up from the top of a mountain. More like a hill, so to speak. And that was the name of my shop. I used to have a sewing shop. It was called So to Speak. I used to sew words in the back of people's heads so they wouldn't forget their own names. Unfortunately, after 10 years, the yarn or whatever, the string would, well, it would disintegrate, and we'd have to start all over. Have you ever tried sewing words into scar tissue? It's very difficult. And after years of doing this, I'm still broke. So if anybody has any ideas, keep them to yourself. I'm all out. I don't want them. Trying to get rid of them. Anywho. Well, surviving is half the battle, love. Surviving is half the battle. First you've got to grab yourself up by your own feet before you cut them off, that is. The only way you're going to fly is if you cut your own feet off. Everybody knows that. So you got to take the feet, cut them off. Wait, before you cut the feet, before you grab the feet and cut them off, you've got to say to yourself the mantra 3 or 4 different times. I am the good one. I am the good one. And then watch, after you say it 5 times in the mirror with a candle in the bathroom, see what happens. You'll be surprised. I mean, my life changed overnight. Really, it did. I mean, somebody came out of the mirror in the bathroom and literally changed my life by chasing me out of my own house. That's why there's no mirrors in this place. They jump out of the mirrors. Totally changed my life. Put things into perspective. It made me, it helped me focus on a pure evil to look at and to worry about, instead of all these hypothetical evils that everybody's so on about. Oh, I'm doomed. I'm doomed. But at least I'm here for one more day to draw. Everybody knows that. And if they don't, now they do. How you doing, everybody? The devil could... Why do you think I got my technique from? Chicken. Mr. Biscuits. How is it that you know so much about me and this technique? Were you the one that I saw down there giving lessons to the roosters and the Cogburns? It was quite a night, that night we spent down there. Reinventing ourselves. Rebooting. Rebranding, so to speak. The devil's in the details, that's for darn sure. Life is lemons, mate. Life is lemons. In case you didn't know it, we're all going to die. I'm just having fun with it. And I gave my death a date. That's right. It's someday. Or any day. Or any time. That's the date I give it. And that's why I'm not ashamed to be, well, anti-death and anti-life, which means anti-existence. You know, people come here and they expect me to stand tall to my standards. And to stutter in between sentences. Okay. I think we're on the same page now. Page 3, verse 4, chapter 2, everybody. For it is I, the son of the art gods, who shall meekly inherit God's hollow flat earth. Hey, somebody ripped out page 6. What's going on? What was so important on page 6 that somebody ripped it out? God dang it, the producers are always trying to keep me in the dark, Biscuits. What am I going to do? What am I supposed to do? You know, I'm trying to make do with what I... But what am I... It's really time consuming when all you want to just roll your R's. That wasn't a roll. That wasn't a roll. That wasn't even a biscuit. I'm so sorry. Can't take anything with you? Are you sure about that? Are you absolutely sure about that? Because, no, I'm right there with you. Yeah, no, you can't. You can't take anything with you. But knowledge, the knowledge that we build up in our brains goes with us. And it turns into the rock, it turns into the stream, it turns into the mighty river, my friend, at every given step. I mean, think about it. Think about all the goddamn things out there that want you dead. It's really quite sad. I don't know why I laughed like that. Perhaps that's the trickster. Do you know Hermes? That was my nickname so very long ago. I was the jester in the court that got his head cut off for saying too much, for knowing too much. That's how art imitates reality. And then it gets you killed. And people have no idea nowadays because they're so soft. Such softly little snowflakes. They forgot what real art is, how dangerous it can actually be. I mean, just ask graffiti artists who have him hang upside down up to the skyscraper. I mean, up on the bridge and it's falling in the water. Huh? Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And the risk is definitely worth the reward. I'll tell you that much. Oh gosh. Don't be shy, everybody. You can actually dislike the video too. Hello, Lele. Please dislike. Any attention is good at bad attention. That's what they taught me in clown college. When in doubt, puke on yourself. That's what babies taught me too. You ever see babies? They have that weird little look on their faces right before they poop themselves and vomit on themselves. It's this look of, oh, I gotta do something quick before they catch on, before they know that I'm actually sentient. I'm actually picking up every single word that they're. It's a dangerous world out there, friends. No, all you gotta do is puke on yourself. That's all. That's why I always carry like hand wipes and disinfecting wipes everywhere I go. Even before COVID. Yeah. So I'm right there with you. That's all. I'm just trying to relate. I came into this world a little baby, and I'm gonna leave it. Well, a little baby, I suppose. On shriveling up and fitting into a size 0.5 diaper. Once again, before I go, it's not a fetish, friends. It's not a fetish. It's a way to greet yourself. It's like crossing the bridge with the coins on your eyes. It's a way of getting back in tune with what, well, in the end came out of tune. It bent out of shape. It's all sorts of stuff. By the end of your life, you're a shell of what you once were. So, oh, and that's not coffee. I thought that was coffee, but it's not. Hey, Terry. Yeah. Hey, Terry, wake up. I'm awake. I'm watching. Terry, what is this? What am I drinking? You guys put this under the door, and I don't know what it is. Oh, it's not coffee. I know that. I just said that. Yeah, I know. Well, but what is it? Well, it's hot liquid. Hot liquid. Okay, thank you. Yep, you're welcome. Keep drawing. Yep. Oh, shit. You're right. Keep taking my hand off the page. Thanks, Terry. Love you, man. Go fuck yourself. Oh, what? Nothing. Keep drawing. Shit, that's my producer. He's the best. He's the best one I have. It's not saying much. They have microphones everywhere, and they can hear my very thoughts, my inner monologue. I was gonna say inner dialogue. What a dork. If I said that, that would have been so stupid. Everybody would have made fun of me. Gosh, what's this world coming to? We're all gonna die. Okay. What should that be? Like a nose or a nostril or something, maybe? I don't know. Looks like he's just laying there like a little... Well, you know what it looks like. It looks like Gonzo. He's just chilling back there. Well, I handcrafted it, yes. I did. Babies and elders, poop and pookin'. I read your thing even though YouTube hit it or whatever. The art is sponsored. Hey, Team Quack. Yeah, it's definitely a style that has evolved over the eons. You see, friend, I was born... Shit. Gosh, goddamn. I was born, You're gonna make me do this, aren't you? 13,737 years ago. Right here, in this very spot. In this very chair. And I'm not gonna lie, the years have not been kind to me, personally, like my body, like to my flesh and all that stuff, that decaying matter that I am made up of. But my mind, ho! No, it's not that great either. But my imagination now, oh, biscuits. And no, it's just as shitty. But I have to work on it. Everything takes a little bit of, a little practice. You can't just wake up one day and say, hey, I'm going to start breathing and just start breathing. No, it takes practice. It takes years of practice to start breathing correctly, and this is just one of the ways I breathe. Without it, I'd be dead. I would have been dead a long time ago. Without art, I don't know what the hell I would do myself. I wouldn't be here, that's for sure. So when they say that art saves lives, they really do mean it, that's for darn sure. Whoa, it just got kind of real in here. Hey! Well, beats sound like a commercial all the time. What are you talking about, me? No, I'm just saying, just trying to draw, and you're getting all loud and shit. Well, okay, how about if I talk like this? No, let's. Mm-mm. How about just don't talk? Okay. Thank you. Sorry, friends. That's the producer voice in my head. He's a salesman. He gets stranded out here sometimes. You know, he's the loneliest one of the bunch, and I feel really sad for him sometimes because well, nobody understands him. That's why he gets so loud and obnoxious and just all these stupid things. He just doesn't even know. He thinks that's what he has to do in order to get attention, to get people to come in and buy his thoughts, I guess. And he doesn't. He just needs to learn that he doesn't. Whatever. I'm preaching to the choir here. What do I know? Okay. Other than that, happy Friday, everybody. I think it's great that you're here. And I really do relish in these mustardly conversations. Chicken biscuits, I'm right there with you. Water saves life every day. And water can move mountains, and art can change civilizations. It starts with culture. And then it goes into the alien lymph node, which is on the left-hand side of their temple. Left of their right left temple. Oh gosh, it's so confusing sometimes, the anatomy of aliens, but it's true. And it comes out the other side clean. And that's another thing. If you shove quarters, bills, checks, or anything like that, gold into an alien's mouth, it comes out the other side clean. Best way to launder your money, I'm telling you. But they do want to cut, and that's where the probing comes in. So you better just be careful what you wish for, friends. You know, that's all I'm trying to say. I love you. Just be careful. Okay. You ever watch that show Star Trek? Yeah, me too. Just be careful, friends. There we go. Some kind of circle in there. Mm-hmm. There's a personality inside of me who all he does is draw circles, and he just went, "Thank you," because I was complimenting his circle. There's like the version that can't even draw a circle, so it takes like 30 times to even get it right, which I think is the one coming out of me right now, unfortunately. And then there's the one that's just always in the flow state because it just knows it's a badass artist warrior from the other side of the universe that hangs out here long enough for all sorts of people to tap into it. And if you think about it, it's like fractals. If you think about like what each one of us brings to the table just in general, as far as just being like normal everyday humans and shit, and then what the universe puts into us, or the frequency that we can pick up on, and like how the universe shapes the things that we create as well. Because we're all like, if we think about it, we could all be like clean slates or something like that, but then the frequencies of the cosmos come into our being, and felt that's what the Holy Spirit is. That's what all these like alien abductions are. That's what these things are. These deep connections to the very beginning, to the all, the id, the it, the everything, and we're a huge part of it. And I just feel like we've forgotten how to tap into it. And what we've been told all these years is if you are one of the people that tap into it, you're either crazy or you're not part of you need to grow up and you get real. You just shut that stuff out of yourself. And I'm here to tell you that you don't. And you don't have to listen to anybody except what's in your own heart. Unless what's in your heart is telling you to, like, I don't know, kill people or something like that. Maybe don't follow your heart then. But seriously, if you're gonna there is a better reasoning that we should that we could follow, practice, learn. But even compassion is seen as like a weakness. And empathizing with people you disagree with is absolutely out of line and out of character and evil. Just being able to put yourself in other people's shoes for a second. That way you're not so filled with hate. It's seen as a cowardly thing. And it always has. But they're the same people who make you feel little for feeling like that supposedly follow cowards then. But gods are crazy. Hi, Mom. Q coming for me? I don't know what that means. Everybody's coming for me. Everybody's coming for the arts. Everybody's coming for the arts. Everybody's coming for themselves. The more people look out and try to, have you ever caught yourself just watching videos and shit and you see people doing like stupid stuff in front of cops and then getting I watch a lot of body cam stuff and I see a lot of people doing a lot of stupid things right in front of cops or resisting arrest or fighting them in a way like they're saying, I'm not going to get arrested. They're like, put your hands behind your back. You're arrested. I'm not arrested. I'm not arrested, or whatever. It's just like, there's so many, it's like, I don't know where I started talking about that, but people just stand in their own way a lot of the time is what I'm trying to say. They get in their own way. And instead of just understanding that it's fighting other people and fighting certain things isn't the way to go, because you're never going to change people, but you have to change the culture. You have to change the system. And if there's a culture of violence bred into the fabric of our society, which there is, on many, many different levels, just sheer and utter violence. And then absolutely, like everybody acts like so surprised that it happens every day. And yet our culture is based on absolute violence, murder, mayhem, crime, evility, demons, all this shit. Whatever you want to call it. It's all there. And then people just go home at night and act like it's not there and will make you seem crazy for calling it out or bringing it up or you're being too negative. Well, it's like, have you looked outside lately for the past several hundred years? It's all just a big game and we're losing. The people at the bottom are losing. Because when you start fighting your neighbor and blaming everybody else for your problems, well, then they've already won. Then you're already just easy to push over or to point wind up and point in a certain direction like a little toy soldier. It's pathetic. People can't think, can't speak, can't even like love themselves without feeling guilty, without feeling ashamed. Like love is like a 4-letter word that I don't know. It's not about getting all lovey-dovey and making out with somebody or something like that behind the bleachers. Like I said yesterday. Like a broken record. I don't even know where I'm going with this. I just figure if I should be saying something, every once in a while this is what I'll be saying, even if I do repeat myself. It's worth saying. I would rather people that I disagree with, even on my own street. There's somebody on the other side of the thing over here. I'm not a political person, and I don't like Democrats. I don't like politicians. So I don't bat for any team. But there's a person over here who has a Trump flag on his thing. I care less. I want that person to still have clean water. I want that person to have free healthcare. I want that person to be able to live a life and raise kids in this world without fear of, you know, without fear. And I want that for every human on this gosh darn planet. Pardon the French. And I think that's how it should be. And if it was like that, the people that are actually at the top who are keeping us separated and bitter and angry and stupefied, they wouldn't have their way, and they would just slowly, the system would slowly start just like pushing them out. Because once people came together and realized how much power we actually had, there wouldn't be a need for those types of folks up at the top that are just pulling the strings. The wizards of odds. Because they don't care about you. They don't care about you. Jesus, you must have said something really ornery. I feel sorry for you, buddy. Because my moderators are great people. They think for themselves too. And they got my back. And for them to have done hid what you said, you should probably be ashamed of what you said. You're coming to the wrong tree to bark up, that's all I'm saying. Whatever you said. Now, if you want to plant a seed and grow a tree together, and then we can just roast each other until the end of time, that would be fine with me. Don't come here getting all weird and shit. Save it for another day. Save it for someone who cares. Save it for somebody who's worth it. Like your mom. Oh! Just kidding, Jesus. Living like an angel in heaven, down in hell again. We're writing songs and taking names. Hymns. Oh, I gotta push this up a little bit for you guys. There we go. Do you see the sword? It's right there. That's the sword that you killed the devil with. You see it in the Bible, everybody. I don't know if a lot of people know this or not, but in the Bible, the Christians win. Jesus wins. He beats the devil. When he comes back, he beats the devil. And there's peace on earth for like 2,002 grand years. And then they concoct a little plan because people are getting a little bit too ippity-bip about it. And a little too casual, getting used to the peace and quiet. So Jesus lets loose the devil upon the earth again for another 1,000 years. This is the book of Revelation, friends. You came to the right spot if you were curious about it. Isn't that funny? That people on this day act like there's some kind of war on their religion when they actually win in their own book. Like they win, and they live in winery for thousands of years until Jesus says, now let's have the devil back up here to show them who's boss, and he does, and the devil comes up and hell is on earth again for another 1,000 years before Jesus comes back. Let that sink in. Let that sink in like a sinkhole. But that's the kind of stuff I could care less about. I love my neighbor. I don't love the gods. I can actually see my neighbors, and I can see their suffering, and sometimes I can do something about it. And that's what gods do, because I believe everybody's a god. Some bad, some good and bad, some bad and good. All gods nonetheless. This is how I see my fellow man, my fellow woman, my fellows. Well, Nancy, how am I doing today so far? The sermon, I don't know if you've been listening to my sermon or not, but the sermon is quite lovely. I've made a few friends in France. I like saying friends in France right next to each other because it kind of can confuse people. Because somebody said something like this one time to me. How is it that you think that there's friends in France when there's no France in France? And I said, haven't you been paying attention? It goes like this. No friends in France, no friends in France, no France in France. And friend in Friends and friends, everything is going down the tubes again. Friends and friends, friends and friends. I got friends and friends and friends and friends and friends. I'll friends and friends and friends. Little friends and friends. There's no people in friends. Because it's not real, okay? It's not freaking real. I don't know if that answers your question, Nancy, but that's what I was going for. That's the answer you got. Oh, shit. Just hit the lamp with my head. Really hard. Sorry about that laugh. That was probably really bursting your ears there. I would hit mute, change the channel, or just hit the volume, turn the volume way down, because my voice is annoying as hell. I gotta like invest in like a camera that can just be on my face in the little, so I can have like a little box, a little whatever with my face in it. I don't think that's a good idea, actually. I make the, when I like, for example, when I ugly cry, oh my God, it's off-putting. It's like rotten pudding. It's off-putting. It'll make you puke, my ugly face when I cry. So I mean, it makes me puke. And puking makes me cry. So it's just this endless cycle of puketry, pukes, pukery. This whole area around my house and around this great big compound that I've been building for my clubs, my story clubs. What the hell are we talking about? Oh yeah, puke. Yeah, it's just, I love it. That's all. I have to go and work on the mural today. I'm gonna go there probably, later on in the day. And at I almost said murals. That'd be cool if there was a place like a bar or something called Murals, and like every 6 months they like change out the murals and people come in and do like new murals or something like that. And everybody just goes in there and gets drunk and listens to rock music and talks about murals. That would be so muralistic. So muralistic. Um, Again, I'm going to be going into Decades today because they're opening today. It's their grand opening. And I'm going to work on my mural while I'm there and just hang out, take some names, chew some bubble gum, all that stuff. My arms are killing me, as usual. I had really interesting dreams last night. They were kind of scary. So they're kind of sticking with me a little bit. I'm feeling quite anxious. And not just because of the turpentine I drank before I came live. I always want to try this thing where I piss on a brush fire and, drink turpentine and drink and piss on a brush fire. But I don't know where the brush is. And I don't know if it's the right turpentine that I'm drinking, because when I pee, it's not fire that comes out. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to ignite it as it's coming out, because that might burn. And it might give me some kind of an... Let's just change the subject. Back to puke. Sorry, everybody. I'm just kidding. I really wish somebody that actually was into religion would come in and just have, like, instead of the whole like Jesus loves you, or, and this isn't anything against any certain religion. It could be any religion, but it's mostly Christians that come here and shove it in my face for some reason. Like, I've never understood that. They're like, they say that everybody else has an agenda, and yet they're the only ones that, or they're one of the ones that go door to door to tell people about it. It's like, hey, you don't see other people that you accuse of having agendas going door to door, do you? That's creepy. But that's just something that they feel like they need to do, so I'm always polite to them. And so I even listened to some Mormons once outside my doorstep, and then even some Jehovah's Witnesses. I always listen to what they have to say, and I'm like, okay, no, thanks though, really appreciate it. And then like this in Boise, these Mormons were at my doorstep, and they're like, okay, well, can I get would you like to have my number so you can text me if you ever have any questions? And I'm like, oh, no. No, no, that won't be necessary. And like the look on his face was just like I just killed his dog or something. And I'm like, really, dude? I mean, You expect to get my phone number and so I can, I'm not, what? Sounds like you have more questions than I do. Once you realize that the power of God is in every single one of you, and it's already there, it's just dormant. All you've got to do is tap into it. Then you don't need people going door to door. You don't need to explain yourself to others when it comes to that sort of stuff. You don't have to debate it. It just is as it should be. That's all. Peace be with y'all, motherfuckers. That's what God said. Not me. Hello, Matt. Is this the Matt that I knew back in Venezuela from 1937? We were on that shrimp boat for 2 weeks. Was that you? Is this the same Matthew? Because if it is, he had a symbol just like that. It was like a Scorpio sign without the little pointy thing at the end. I guess it's just a lowercase m. But it was in a green circle. He had the tattoo on the small of his back. Is this the same Matthew? Praise Jesus, it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The funny thing, like praise, pray, praise. I didn't even think about that. Like praise Jesus, praise Beelzebub. You know, why not? You can't have one without the other. You're not gonna know what's good unless you've got the bad. I mean, Michael Jackson said it best. Bad. Bad. I mean, bad. That's what he said. So, don't shoot the messenger. And we're all gonna live happily ever after. Amen. Gesundheit. All right. I hope that covers all my bases. The cue card boy Jimmy is looking very tired. Hey Terry, can you wake up Jimmy? Have we not gotten him any tennis shoes yet? No, they're too expensive. Moon shoes are, expensive, Story. Well, huh? Yeah, because they're so heavy. On the moon, you have to have extra heavy shoes. I know that, Terry, but it's just a boy. He needs shoes. He goes outside, gets his feet all cut up. Well, at least we know where he's going. He can't run away. Oh, Jesus, Terry. You bastard. Jimmy, are you hungry? Yeah. Oh, Jimmy, your voice is almost as if you're right here with me instead of the other side of the room. Jimmy, are you hungry? Yeah. That's better. You hungry little bastard. Let's get him some shoes by the end of the week. How about that, Terry? Yeah, I'll try. Keep drawing, monkey. What? I'm not a monkey. Yes, you are. Draw. Okay, here we go. Sorry, friends. I forgot. I'm supposed to be drawing. How am I supposed to draw under these conditions? You do it all the time. You've been doing it for 37 years. Yeah, I know, Terry. I know. You would think that he would become nicer over all this time, but he and the other guys in the other room, the lab coats, they're just as weird as ever. If anything, things are stepping up because of all the weird stuff that's been happening with spaceships and UFOs around the country and stuff like that, all around the world, and all around Lord Phobos. Lord Phobos, my favorite moon, Lord Phobos. He's one of the best. I really like moons. I'm not going to blame anybody for stranding me here. It's just such a beautiful place, but it is quite lonely, and I do miss the chocolate milk. Quite often, I miss the chocolate milk. I mean, I don't even get to say the word milk very much, and you can tell that I love saying it, right? Chocolate milk. It's all in the lips. It's all in the lips. Mm-hmm. Here we go. That's better. And Satan too, Matt. There you go. Now you got it. We can't have one without the other. You can't have the good without the bad. You can't have one without the other. So go ahead and shoot you in the head. What the? Ooh, no, don't do that. Sometimes off the cuff isn't the best of stuff. Everybody knows that. I can't draw when I'm laughing so hard. But I can't hard when I'm laughing so drawing much. Words. They don't mean anything. Nothing matters. We're all gonna die. Amen. Ooh, this coffee's still warm. Oh, sorry about the earthquakes, everybody. Please don't forget to like and prescribe. All you gotta do is move your cursor to the next channel over and subscribe to them and tell them Storie sent you. Say, hey, Storie Grubb says to subscribe to the person just under or above me. So I think that's a nice thing to do for other people. Every once in a while, you just gotta throw the dog a bone. And you can't be worried about whether it's not gonna choke on you or not. You just gotta let the cards fall where they're mad. Sometimes I get lonely. And you know what happens when I get lonely? I get angry. You know what happens when I get angry? I get happy again. And so on and so forth. I don't know why that's such a big surprise, or I needed to go into that weird melodramatic, but I think you get the point. Most of you. And you will, in the end. You're definitely going to get the point. Just like this son of a bitch, Roger. I should have gone to freaking. I'm in clown school right now. I'm in clown college. This is my clown schooling. I'm a freaking clown. What do I amuse you? A little. Okay, no, that's good. That's good. I'm trying to amuse you 100%. Is that no? Not quite, you son of a. Please let me amuse you. Look at me. Look at how contorted my face is. Tell me this isn't the music. I used to work at a restaurant called Amuse. Because in French, it was a French restaurant, French cuisine. And amuse, it's not pronounced like that. I think it's amuse bouche. It's like the little teeny appetizer you get before the appetizer. And I used to have to be the one that came up with the amuse bouche for the night in another life. It was like a Michelin star restaurant too. And I worked in their pantry. I was started as a dishwasher, and I was like one of the best dishwashers they ever had. They used to like give me champagne and stuff like that, and like $100 bills for other stuff, for other things. I would disappear their rivals. I shouldn't be saying this on YouTube, especially live. Scratch the last 13 seconds. I used to kill people. Oh shit! I just did it again. Careful what you wish for, everybody. I dream about that place still. My first jobs I ever worked at were veterinary clinics, and then I started doing restaurants because it was just easier to not have to see what I saw working at vet clinics. And so dishwashing became the thing because it was just easy, nobody, you just have like one job, and that's pretty much it. And so it was easy just to be a dishwasher. In my formative years, I guess I quit working in vet clinics when I was about 20. I guess it was, yeah, no, 21, I guess was the last time I worked at a vet clinic. I worked at 3 different ones up until then. Some good, some terrible. And I've seen things that you probably would never even ever want to think about seeing. And I've done things with my hands that I can't even imagine doing now. And that's why I've blocked out what I saw for so many years. How awful people can be to their animals. It's not such a desperate thing when you're just doing dishes. Somebody's returning at a fancy restaurant, and they're returning like a steak because it's not just a pinch as rare as they want it to be. Me and my buddy Joel would just be eating. The waiter would be like, "You guys want this?" And we just like fucking grab the steak with our hands and just start ripping it apart in our mouths. Pommes frites and shit. Because the steak came with these little, they call it in French, papas fritas. That's Espanol for French fries. In French, it's pommes frites. And my boss would always make just anything there was good. God dang. But we'd be working the dish pit. It'd take 2 of us sometimes, and we would just be ripping like steak just right off. Oh my God. Like ravenous. And that's how fragile life is too, because the dude that I used to do that with, I used to work that dish pit with, is gone now. And he was one of my best friends. And he's one of the best people I've ever known. And he's gone. Life is short. Don't be a dick. Especially a short dick. He was a good man. We all have our problems, you know, but doesn't mean you're bad. Just means you're a little off. Me, I'm absolutely awful. So I'm full of off. Words matter. Dissection is the key. Hey, Katie. Joe? LOL indeed. LOL indeed. I keep thinking about, I need to just go outside and just start staring at the sky again. I went out the other day and did this YouTube short thing where it was like 5 more ways to know if you're an artist or whatever. Just these stupid parody videos I do. Because I hate those other, I can't stand videos where I was making fun of them for a while, but, and they're not recommended to me as much as they used to, but they were like movie ones, and they're like, did you know in the movie, this and this happened? It's like, yeah, dude, we watched the behind the scenes, we watched the extra footage, what are you talking about? Of course we knew. But like millions of people watch those stupid things. It's like, and I get stuck watching them too, just, and I think that's what made me want to do parodies of them. But it's crazy how people do consume certain things, and how other things even they crave and they want to see, but they won't support it or they won't watch it, or you don't get there, or at least they don't get stuck binge watching it. Maybe, I don't know. This, and I'm just talking in like in general, you know, nobody in particular, just swaths of people. Like millions of people will watch this one dude from England who talks to himself in these skits and stuff. And he doesn't even dress up or use costumes or change voices, really. It's just like him talking to himself, and he's got millions of views. And I don't know, this stuff just really fascinates me, like what people. And I'll do like costumes and like lights and all this stuff out here for myself, and you know, I'm proud of the views I get, but and I'm not that I'm not complaining. I'm just bitching a little bit, but I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that it's fascinating. Like, how did he start? Like, I wonder where this person started and how they got to be where they are. And I don't know, because it seems like there's something else going on, like where I guess it just catches like wildfire. And it happened here a few weeks ago, and every day there was like 1,200 or 1,500 people watching, and I was like, what the hell? And it happened for 7 days straight, no matter what I did. And I was testing it out, and I was doing different things, and still I was getting all these great numbers, and like tons of people were subscribing to my channel. It was awesome. And then like the next one day I went out here thinking, because I was getting ready to go put on a show, and then like nope, 3 people again. I'm like, oh, okay, that's okay. But it was a huge spike, and I don't know if it was like a spring break thing or just I mean, from my point of view, it's just absolutely random. But it got me all excited to, because I still want to do more of a variety show than anything, and I want people that come here to actually have something, not just me sitting here drawing, you know. Even though a lot of people like that, I guess, maybe, but I would like to have more of a variety show where I'm playing music and I don't know, just something super simple, but always moving. A little bit of drawing, maybe even like a little weird art class in the middle of it all, where I teach everybody how to draw a blue duck. Oh, I love blue ducks. I love them so much. Does anybody else here want to learn a little blue duck? Hello, Fabiano. Ça fait? Fabiano, you're from Brazil? I don't believe you. I don't. Do you know how I can tell? Because you're trying to fool me with such a beautiful name. I mean, come on now. Everybody knows that. Fabiano is my friend till the bitter end. Fabiano, he's from Brazil and everybody knows that it's the end. Fabiano, where'd you go? Back home to Brazil and I'm down in Rio. And Fabiano, for what I gotta do and go South Peru and Fabiano, here to stay. And we're gonna be a happy dappy day going outside. Fabiano from Brazil, that's what he said. Well, that's what he said. Well, that's what he said. Fabiano, welcome. Welcome to the club. This is Storie Grubb from California. Or as some people call the pits, the pearly, pitiful gates of hell. I came to do two things, Fabiano. End the world and start world peace. Looks like we're almost out of pigs. I don't know what that expression is. I just wanted to say something cool. I don't give a shit. It's Friday. I'm in love. Yeah. I don't know where this is coming from, except that I'm a little hungry, a little tired, and a little dismayed. That was my nickname back at the clown college, Dismay. My first name is Dis, last name is May. Dismay. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to be judged. That's all. Daniel, you know, you have the best comments, by the way. I mean, come on now. Who else says that kind of stuff? Who else says that kind of stuff but you? My wonderful little friend. My lowercase little Daniel friend. How did I get so lucky? How did we all get so lucky to have you as our friend, our little lowercase Daniel friend? We all appreciate it. We all do. We do. The only way this could get better is if there were cupcakes and tea jars everywhere. So everybody could bring in their own tea from all over the world. And we could get together and we could drink the tea. Some of it might be kind of psychoactive and we might end up having a good time. I mean, but that's what the outhouses are for. The compound inside does not have bathrooms because it would infect the sanctuary. Okay, I'm the only one that can poop and pee in the house. Okay, I'm kind of private about that kind of stuff. But there's plenty of outhouses. They don't get changed very often, but that's where the people come in. You guys, my friends, my cleaners, I'm lonely. I'm just drawing. I'm just minding my own business. Drawing is all. Is all biz all. Happy Friday. TGIF, everybody. Oh my gosh. And thank you to my moderators as well. Thank you to Pastor. I know you're I feel ya out there just doing your thing. Just silently watching. Like a ninja. And there's some big dance party too that I was invited to, and I told the person, I'm like, well, I would have to learn how to dance. And they said, well, this would be the best place to learn. And then I saw that what time it starts and how far away it is. And I said, no, it's time for me to learn how to be an old man and stay in my own business. Because if I were to go out there and it'd be dancing, I would make everybody else look really dumb because I'm the best. And I'm a humble man, but I'm quite the best at dancing. Anything, really. Anything I put my little, mostly dancing. Not cooking. I'm not good at cooking or anything else really, but I hate dancing. I hate it. I love it. Whatever. But I love you guys, just so you know. Hey, Phobia. Well, the tea is not for eating or smoking. No, it's mostly for drinking and using subcutaneously. We supply the big fat needles. We just pull up a little pinch of your back and we pluck it right in there. And the tea, that's how the tea gets into your system best, besides the mucous membranes inside between your cheeks and your gums. Um, you just want to rub it in there and just, until you start seeing stuff. Until the little creatures in your head start having voices and they start becoming more tangible and you can shake hands with them, do their special little handshake, and go from there. Safety first, friends. Exactly. It's what puts a little pep in your step, that's for darn sure. They call it the juice of life, the elixir of uh, li- uh, I forget what they call it, but it's the elixir of stuff. Is that what you say? Isn't it elixir? Is that the word I'm looking for? Because I'm thinking like alchemy and all this kind of stuff. Elixir. Elixir. Nancy, that is terrifying, and I love it. I'm going to put this right there. Like that. Do you see that? Right there. Why not? It's very quiet out here. Very quiet. I've been stuck in the Amazon jungle for 13 years. Been stuck here. Some kind of wormhole. I didn't know the other side would close so fast. I jumped off to grab a butterfly off a tree limb. By the time I got back to the wormhole, it was closed. I'm very scared. I'm very hungry. The butterfly is dead. It's been 13 years. No matter. There is no matter. We can all just walk right through walls. There's no matter. No matter at all. There's only us, gravity, and God. And we're almost out of chewing gum. Wait, I gotta stop saying that. I've gotta stop saying that. Lo siento to my Spanish-speaking friends. Muy lo siento. Now I'm bringing that one up there so everyone can see what I'm doing right out in the open. Okay? And now look at your cards. Everybody, turn your cards over and look at them. I'm guessing of a number in between 2 and 4. I'm thinking of a number. Isn't it weird when you do things like that, and then even if it's a second or two or a minute later or something, like you're like, wait a second, I said guessing instead of I'm thinking. I'm thinking of a number in between 2 and 4, and somebody's like 3, and I'm like 2.5, bitch. That's a number too. It's a number as well. That's get kind of confusing. All's well that all well. There's gonna be live music at Decades tonight too. Some punk band. So I'm gonna go in and draw. I'm gonna draw them while they play, and then I'm gonna take the paper, and I'm gonna flip it at them. I'm gonna put that in the form of little paper airplanes for each one of them, and they're gonna love this. They're gonna love this because as they're playing, after I'm done sketching each and every single one of them, several times over, I'm gonna fold all of the pages into little paper airplanes, and I'm gonna shoot them towards them up on stage while they're singing and dancing and making music. making jolly with the rhythm of the universe, making music, aka. And they're going to love me. There's nothing more musicians love than being messed with, being toddled with as they're jamming on the musical cosmocus. Gosh darn it, I can't even speak this morning. Lo siento. I've already said that. How many times? At least 12. Here's a baker's dozen. What? Elixir. I for some reason I couldn't imagine how it was spelt in my head. And usually that's how I learned to pronounce words. That's how I learned the Greek alphabet. Because I just made it up in my head. I never looked at anything. I just guess, and usually I'm quite right. And this is how you know you're on the right track. Well, if you do know anything about the Greek alphabet, if you do know anything about it, hit me up because I'm desperate to know. Please. Honestly, please. I'm desperate. That's all. I'm right there with you, Daniel. I quote Bob Ross quite often, and I take his words as my own. If somebody says something, I say something like that back, and I say, well, they're happy little accidents, aren't they? And then somebody says, oh, that's what Bob Ross, and I said, no, that's what I say. He stole it from me. And then I try to take his money and his whole style. As you can tell, I've been studying his craft for years. It's all about the Benjamins and thievery and getting back at the people who have tried to destroy you. And watching out for the little guy, you know? Just watching out for the little guy. Just that one little guy just down the street who's really small, and you're always afraid that someone's going to step on him because he's so tiny, Just watch out for them. Just watch out for them is all. That's all. That's why I don't wear big shoes anymore. I wear little shoes. They cramp my style, but it would hurt less if I stepped on the little guy. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it again. Get home, realize there's a little guy on the bottom of my shoe. Scrape him off, he's dead. What can you do then? Nope. I'd rather just prevent that from happening and make sure the little guy does it all right. And if I step on him, at least he's gonna survive. Is all I'm trying to say. Poor little guy. That other one, the one I killed, not every one of them, just the little one that I killed. The several that I killed with my shoes, my big ass shoes, my big ass boots. They say pull yourself up by your bootstraps, but they don't warn you about all the little people that you're gonna step on along the way. It was an accident. It was an accident. I'm gonna ugly cry. I'm gonna ugly cry right now. Oh, I'm left crying. I'm ugly laughing. Oh gosh, what has come over me? Grief, pride, little people juice. I don't know. Can't tell. It's all the same. It all looks the same when it's on the bottom of my shoe. Oh, actually, I think that's dog crap. Oh no, that's dog crap. Whoa, holy shit! There's a big ass bug on the ground. I gotta show you guys this. Where'd it go? Oh my gosh, it's on the chair. Oh! Dang it. See him? Some kind of beetle. Oh. Maybe that's a roachcock. Is that a roachcock? Hey, you roachcock, you get out of here. Oh, shit, everybody, I'm so sorry. Get out of here, roachcock. You don't belong here. You're gonna kill us. Oh. It's a good thing we're not serving breakfast this morning, because if somebody's seen that, they might not want to eat with us. This is a bed and breakfast after all. I'm terribly sorry, everybody. Terribly sorry. But the little bugger, literally, little bugger, because he's a bug, he was literally trying to take me foot off. The little bastard. Well, I would try to do that if he wasn't already gone. He's gone back to his friends, and they're going to come back in numbers. With numbers, and they're going to take me out. I'm sorry, friends. I'm sorry. This might be the last time I ever talk to you. I'm going to ugly cry again, and now I'm going to go inside, and I'm going to ugly poop. Oh gosh. He looks a lot bigger. It's weird how they get all, like, they get tall, and they stand up straight, and they look all like Mimic. Remember that movie, Mimic? Guillermo del Toro made Mimic. If you haven't seen it, you should. It's a pretty good movie. Oh, it's coming back. He's just coming back. I'll get a glass. You're right. Don't know if I have a glare. I need to find a glare in order to catch this bastard. If my cat saw him, it would be done for. It would absolutely be done for. I want to get one that's transparent so I can actually see the bugger. Got him. Did you hear that? I got it. There he is. There he is, the slimy little thing. I shall name him Terry, after my favorite producer. Oh, can I do that? It's locked. It doesn't let me do that. Maybe I could try. I've tried to go vertical. Or I'm sorry, horizontal, but it doesn't let me. I don't know how to do it. Bean, if you know how to do it, please tell me, because I don't. I've tried. I've looked in my settings and all that kind of stuff. That's definitely a cockroach, huh? It's funny because I always have this joke out here with hairy roaches. Dang, that's crazy. They're fast, huh? Yeah. I'm not gonna kill him. I'm gonna let him outside, unfortunately, because I'm an idiot. But I'm gonna take him far away. Anyways. I've done my fair share of killing. Now, if he was a tick or a flea, I hate fleas, and I detest ticks. I detest ticks. They'd be a different story. But he's just a little cockroach that came about, and then I could need all the calm I needed to come. Just another form of the universe showing its consciousness, all up inside my business. The little bastard. All right, everybody. Well, I gotta go. Gotta get ready for this weird ass day. And I hope you stay good. Hope you stay free, fresh, friendly, all that stuff. And I appreciate the company, as usual. So, be creative. Think outside your box. Can I say hi? Can I say hi? Lou? Can you say hi, Lulu? Lolo? You pronounced it out for me. I see. Lulu. Gosh, can you do it better, like phonetically for me, so I can actually... I'm just kidding. Hi, Lila. Yeah, I'm gonna slide a little piece of paper or plastic underneath it and light it on fire, and then take it outside, and then I'm gonna offer it to the gods, and they're gonna love me forever, or at least until the end of my life. And everything, all of us are gonna live happily ever after. Yay! Well, I gotta go. Thanks again, everybody. Thanks, Pastor, and thank you to all my friends. Bye, Nancy. Bye, Daniel. Lila. Goodbye. Tomioka. Goodbye. Can I push? Oh, can you push the container? No, it's pretty heavy. He's trying. But again, thanks again, everybody. You take care of yourselves, okay? I love you. I love you. Always have. Always will.